January 2024 option trade alerts. You can visit beststockstrategy.com/memberships and enroll in the 7-day trial. It's only $19. So if you want the best option trade alerts, then you can visit beststockstrategy.com. January 2nd, S&P down 32. Here's a projected trade for RTX. Then we open a new SPX strangle. The S&P closed down 27. VIX was up 6%. January 3rd, S&P down 27. SPX strangle, new opening trade. We are up around $1,900 on the day. S&P was down around 38. VIX up another 6%. January 4th, stable opening. Picked up $120 of credit. Did an SPX strangle. S&P down 16. VIX up slightly. So that's 3 straight days where the market opened the year down. January 5th, the S&P is up 12. Sold a call on Nvidia. This was actually a mistake. We ended up having to roll this position multiple times and finance it by selling the put side. So here with the SPX strangle, I had some issues filling it, but it did eventually fill. S&P was up 8, volatility down over 5%, TLT down 1%. January 8th, closing trade in Google. The original we sold for 46. We bought it back for 8. SPX strangle, we picked up $80. We had to adjust Nvidia. We rolled it up by $40 and financed it by selling the 415 put options. S&P up 66, volatility down 2%. January 9th, solid opening, S&P down 25. 2 potential trades and setups for Boeing. I think it's best to wait until BA stabilizes. But here we would have sold a 120 put option and picked up around $500. And here we would have sold a put spread and picked up around $38. New strangle, picked up $60. S&P down 7. VIX down 2.5%. January 10th, added 1 small hedge to go with our existing hedges. Also, now is a good time to add some potential BA positions, the trades that I showed previously. Here, I sold a put credit spread, picked up $27, and then here I picked up around $355. New opening trades, B plus grade. For the $120 strike, you can buy the 100 to turn it into a spread. Here, we picked up $140 for the SPX strangle. S&P up 27, VIX down slightly, and VVIX down 1.9%. January 11th, S&P down 28, VIX up about 2.3%. We were up around $5,500. Picked up $120 of premium. S&P down 3, volatility down around 2%. January 12th, a custom spread for Boeing where we adjusted the 160 put and we rolled it up to 170 and we financed it by selling some out of the money call options. And we also picked up $67 for doing that. The market is up around 13, but it looks a bit weak. Small adjustment to VIX. Small adjustment to VIX. We rolled it down from 1350 to 13. And then we financed it by selling 2 $12 strike put options on VIX. UNH, new opening trade, B plus grade. Small adjustment to Boeing. We closed out the 180 and then we opened up the 175 and then we financed it by selling some calls. Picked up $180 for the SPX strangle. S&P up 3.6. January 16th, New opening trade, B plus grade in Microsoft. We sold the debit spread and then we financed it with 2 of the 290 put options. New opening trade. New trade in Blackstone. We rolled down the 85 to the 82.5. And then we also sold a debit spread and financed it by selling 2 of the 85 put options. And then I mentioned a better setup by saying that if I could do it again, I'd buy the 105 and sell the 97.5 and then sell 2x of the 82.5. SPX Strangle picked up $60. S&P down 18. January 17th, solid opening, S&P down around 39. Picked up $120, S&P down 27. VIX up around 7%. January 18th, minor roll for Nvidia, rolled it up by $20. Small adjustment to UNH. New opening trade, B plus grade in TLT. We bought a call debit spread and then financed it by selling 3x of the $80 put options. SPX, we picked up $200. S&P up 42. VIX down 4.5%. VVIX down 5.5%. January 19th, new opening trade in RTX. Again, we bought a call debit spread and then we financed it by selling 3x of the $55 strike put options. New opening trade in TLT. Nvidia, we rolled from 680 to 690. And then we picked up $120 by selling an SPX Strangle. S&P up around 60. Volatility was down. January 22nd, new opening trade in RTX, picked up around $60, B plus grade. Here's a sample trade for Bristol Myers. It's not on my watch list and I don't think I'll do it, but it's a solid company. Then one of these BA positions closed. SPX picked up $80, S&P up 10. Volatility was down slightly. January 23rd, we adjusted Nvidia, and then we closed out RTX, LMT. Interesting structure here, new opening trade, B plus grade. And so here in this structure, we bought a debit spread and then financed it by selling out of the money puts and out of the money calls. And we picked up $240. SPX picked up $60. S&P up 14. VIX down almost 5% and VVIX around 3%. January 24th, small minor adjustment. Rolled up the 537.5 by $2.50. So we rolled it up to 540. Nvidia, small adjustment. We rolled it up from 700 to 710. Nvidia, one more adjustment from 710 to 720. Then still one more adjustment from 720 to 730. Then here for SPX, we picked up $75. S&P up 4. Volatility up around 5%. January 25th, we sold 2 calls in UNH. And then we also rolled down the UNH puts from 485 to 482.5. And then here I sold a 532.5 call option. And then I bought back the 482.5 put options and then rolled it out to April with a new strike of 430. Here's a potential trade for Boeing. However, if you don't have a position in Boeing, then this is a solid opportunity. You need to sell a spread to protect yourself against a large move downwards. S&P up 26 and volatility overall was up that day. January 26th, stable opening. UNH, minor adjustment. We rolled the 532.5 to 535. SPX picked up $60. Last Monday, new opening trade in SPX, picked up around $70, S&P up 37. Nvidia, here I rolled it in from February 9th to February 2nd, and then I financed it by selling a $520 put option. Boeing, new opening trade, picked up around $60. The goal is to take ownership. Picked up around $220 of credit for the SPX strangle. S&P down 30. Then picked up $165 of credit. S&P down around 80. Volatility was up tremendously. And I think that's it for January. So if you have any questions, leave a comment below. Again, you can visit beststockstrategy.com and receive free valuable options trading information. You can also join the 7-day trial at beststockstrategy.com/memberships and watch the video on your screen right now because YouTube believes that you would enjoy it the most.